What is up, you all? So at the beginning of autumn, I noticed that my lettuce began to start bolting. So that means that it was time to cut all of the fresh leaves off to get it prepared for winter. I'm cutting all the leaves off so that I can prepare to let it seed and then cut down the stalks. I'm loving that I also have my Swiss chard and the last bit of my strawberries, but I think I'm going to use this planter to make this planter for the spinach and other things that I want to put in this planter. I'm definitely enjoying learning the different things about gardening, but as you can see, I also have like a bird or something nibbling my chard, so I'm going to protect this and get this particular garden bed going. I'm definitely gonna enjoy some nice salad. I'm gonna rinse this really well, make sure there's nothing on it, and we're gonna have some good salads for a couple of weeks until this finishes seeding. I hope you all, if you like these garden videos, subscribe to my channel for more content. But here we go with the Garden Chronicles. So I hope you enjoy this mini update. Now here you can see I removed the strawberries and put some kale and chard in here, and they are just taking off. I let the lettuce go ahead and seed, and now I'm gonna cut down the stalks. So right now what you're seeing is the chard, spinach, and kale in this particular planter. Here you can see that my cherry tomato plant is thriving. You can see the baby tomatoes finally sprouting, and basically I had to figure out what was going on. I think when we had heavy rains from the hurricane season, you can see that she has a little bit of overwatering, but she's bouncing back very nicely now that the weather and things are kind of stabilized. I definitely had some very good harvest from this cherry tomato plant, and she is getting huge. So here's some pictures of how my cherry tomatoes came out. They came out so lovely. I had like so many, but look at that. I washed them off and they look delicious. So now you can see, like, after we had another rain, I'm out here because the greenhouse kind of blew off and I'm trying to stabilize the tomato plant. So in here you can see my Swiss chard and everything is doing well. I have my bell peppers and jalapenos back there. I had to spray my blackberries, blueberries, so they're good right now. It's good for the winter season. But right here you can see that the wind just blew my tomato plant, and there's like harvest everywhere in there right now. So I'm stabilizing her because she's getting huge. I'm gonna have to get her a bigger greenhouse tent to go on top of her because she's getting very large, and I want to keep the animals and things off of her, because birds and all kind of stuff, if you leave that there like that uncovered, they'll be all over everything. But everything is thriving right now. It's enjoying the cool weather. We have a bunch of seedlings. A lot of people like to separate theirs. I don't. I like, the chard and everything to be all up on each other so that I could get the most out of it. I forget which gardener I was watching, but she just said, honey, throw that stuff together. It thrives together, and you know, it likes to be up on each other. And I noticed that when I had them separated, they weren't doing as well, but when I put them together, now they're all seeding. The spinach is seeding, everything is seeding and going properly over there. So you can see that there's tomatoes. Some of them are ripened, some of them are green because of the plant just falling over and the wind blowing it, and then there's a piece that got blown off by the wind. So I'm gonna have to stabilize it with more rocks on the side. Here you can kind of see my bell peppers and jalapenos. They're doing good for the season. There's new sprouts on them. So these always do good. They love the little cages. They do very, very well in their planters. So I don't have any problems out of them. And funny story, like me and hubby were making burgers and I used some of my jalapenos, y'all, and we didn't put the oil in the pan fast enough, y'all. It maced up the whole house. It maced up the whole house. But the burgers were so good, y'all. I made like some really good kind of salsa and peppers and spices for the burgers over the summer, so that was good. Right here you can see I'm like using stakes because the bigger the tomato plant is getting, and she's getting huge. Like she started off as a little baby in here, but she's getting huge. So I'm just stabilizing her and making sure she's okay from the storm. And I'm going to pick up all of the little tomatoes that came off because I don't want them to go bad on the ground. Also, I don't want it to be tempting to any, you know, animals. Like you guys seen the squirrel Shaka, and there's lizards and stuff that they will see that as food. So don't want to give any animals any ideas to be like, ooh, what is that, you know? So I'm going to end up picking all of that stuff for harvest purposes, and I'm going to get it going. All the other plants are doing good. You know, we have the apple, pear trees and everything else doing good. And you can see me right here. I'm just picking up the ripe ones, picking up the ones that are not ripe because I can let them ripen in the fridge in the house. They'll ripen anyway. And I'm just picking up because I can put this in my salads and stuff. They're pretty good in salads. I like to dip them in ranch, you know, with carrots and ranch on a little plate. So I'm just making sure, you know, all of the ones that I can salvage, I'm getting off the ground because the heavy winds, y'all, from the hurricane and stuff, just the heavy rains, period, have caused it to, you know, the plants to blow. So make sure you're checking on your plants around this season, especially if it's a rainy season. What I like about the greenhouses, it kind of helps the plants as well not get so beat up, and also it helps with moisture and kind of air, you know, airing out the you know, the greenhouse. So it's a good shelter for them. I'm really enjoying it. I tried to put that little branch in the ground and see if it'll take, you know, because sometimes I did that with my hydrangeas, transplanting them and making another plant. So hopefully it'll make another part of the tomato plant. Now that I am sealing this back up to keep all of the critters and the bugs off of it, I'm gonna go check on my peppers because I want some peppers too to put in the salad. I'm over there checking all of my other plants. Y'all, I am so proud of this chard. Like, I have tried this chard 3 different times and it is finally going well. Nothing is eating it up. And I think the key is chard, like, and I've tried it in this particular location. The chard just likes the cooler weather, and that's just that. So I know that cooler weather, I like chard, I like the spinach. Those are my wintry plants for the region that I'm in. I think maybe I should have even tried strawberries around this season because over the summer, y'all, it was just scorching. Like, it doesn't matter like what we had, it just was like scorching. Now some of the stuff thrive, like the tomatoes and the bell peppers and stuff, they'll thrive in the heat and everything. Even like when I tried to produce like shade for certain plants or put the plants in shaded areas, it was just so hot that even if you watered it, it was just drying out the plants. So got my peppers off of that. And now we have like a good little harvest. I'm not really ready to harvest the kale and stuff right now. I kind of wanted to just really get in good, like really mature, and then boom, I'll start to clip it like I was clipping the lettuce earlier in the season when it was bolting. So you can see me opening up, but I want y'all to get a real good look at it. It's awesome. Like, literally, I thought that the seeds from the lettuce didn't take, but there's so many like spinach and lettuce seeds in here. Do y'all see all the little seedlings? Like, they are really doing good. So I'm loving how it looks. It's really doing well. The kale is doing well. The spinach is really taking, and they're really like thriving, y'all. Whatever little lizard that ate my kale to the ground, or not the kale, the chard to the ground, I'm glad that he got his tail out of there, because I was like, where, sir, where? But the rest of the garden is doing well. It is kind of doing as well as it will be doing for the winter. Well, basically autumn going into the full winter, because you know when December and January comes, you know, the plants are going to be dormant for a little while. But it's going good. Let me show you all how my harvest came out. I'm like over here like elated about how the harvest was looking. I'm like telling the family, look at this. And this is what I have so far. I will be back with more garden chronicles soon, so stay tuned and subscribe to the channel. Much love, y'all. See y'all in the next video.